Hey, Caitlin, I'm really sorry to bother you. I know that you're really busy, but I wanted to talk to you. I know that you're about to give birth soon, but is it alright if you go back to your parents' house?
Huh? Is everything okay? Why are you asking me this question all of a sudden? Didn't you both take parental leave for when the child is born? The two of you will be able to do everything together, right?
Yes, but something has come up. My boss has called me back into work today. I was asked if I could go to Seattle for a while starting next month.
Are you kidding me? Your work's asking you to be out of town from next month? Don't you realize how bad that timing is?
Apparently, there's not enough people at the branch in Seattle, so they've got to send someone from the head office for about a year. So the boss has thought about it for a while and thought I was the right person to be sent.
But you're being sent away for 1 whole year? I'm sorry, but that's impossible. I'm pregnant. I can't keep up with everything by myself. So, you'll be going to work in Seattle alone?
This is all for work. I can't help what my bosses choose to do with the employees of the company. So even though it's a sudden move I have to make, maybe you can move back in with your parents? I'm a little worried about leaving you alone at home.
But if you go, I think I'll be able to manage things by myself. I haven't been super sick or anything, and my parents are only an hour's drive away. It's okay if I don't go all the way back home to continue my pregnancy there. We can afford to have my parents come over to check on me once in a while.
Well, that's not great, Caitlin. The reason I want to go is because maybe my sister will come storming into the house and take over. That's why I'm begging you to please flee to your parents' house so you don't have to deal with her. I won't be able to sleep because I'll be so worried if she tries to do anything to you.
What are you talking about, Craig? Are you talking about Dana? Your younger sister? What do you mean by she'll come to the house and create a storm? Why do you think she'd do that?
We've talked about Dana before, haven't we? My sister's the complete opposite to me. I'm the serious one, and she creates trouble all the time. It's okay for me to be married, but to not be with someone similar to me, she said. She's giving my parents so much grief right now, she's hard to control.
I mean, she and I love to have fun and do cool activities. I guess that's why she quit her job really quickly. And last year she got addicted to gambling and ended up in a lot of debt, about $30,000, I think. I remember she was shouting at you at the New Year's gathering to lend her some money because she lost a lot of it.
She even tried to borrow money from my relative nephews. In the end, it seems like my parents gave in to her and she was able to borrow all the money she needed. But it sounds like she's up to her ears in debt again.
Again? Are you kidding me? Does she ever learn from her actions?
Yeah, now she's got addicted to Bitcoin and her debt has gone up to $50,000.
Oh my God, that's insane. Her debt is higher than what it was the last time we saw her.
Yeah, and my parents were super upset when they'd heard what she'd done with all the money she borrowed. So out of touch. She went to their house again crying and kicking up a fuss, all because they found out what she did.
That's so crazy. How could she do this to her own family? So, about Dana and her husband, they probably haven't even paid back the $30,000 they owed, right? To your parents, at least.
No, that's why I'm inundated with calls right now from her. My phone's been ringing all day long. They're just calls from Dana and her husband Rick. They keep asking me to borrow more money, and now they're saying that they've got no place to live and want to crash at our house. No matter how many times I say no to her, she keeps persisting. It's frustrating.
Oh no, really? She's asking to stay here? We can't just let them do that.
I'm worried now that she'll be in contact with you really soon. She might eventually try and get to you. Also, if they found out that I went to work outside of the state alone, I feel like they'd come and try to take over the house without my knowledge.
Oh, I see what you mean. I'm your wife, so I'll stand by you. Both of them express very strong feelings, so I'm a little anxious about it. Considering their personalities, I feel like this is something they'd do to us.
Right? That's why I really would like it if you left to go and stay with your parents for the meantime, so that the pregnancy can go smoothly too.
If that's the case, I'll go back to my parents' house. I'm sure my parents will be happy to have their daughter at home again, especially because I'm carrying their grandchild. It's a very sudden thing to happen, but I'm sure they'll let me stay.
I'll also explain the situation to them and my parents so everyone's in the loop. Tell them thank you from me. Because of me, you got to leave our house. I'm so sorry for causing so much trouble for you, Caitlin.
There's no need for you to apologize, Craig. You've not done anything wrong. Thank you for thinking of me and my safety. We can get through this. Well. Maybe Caitlin was the one who's playing with us at her front entrance just now, huh? Wow, have you already finished giving birth at home already? Is that you, Dana? How did you get this number? I'm sorry, but there's no need to divulge my secrets. Besides, this house is ours now. Rick and I have been making this place our own since last week. I'm sorry, but I wonder if you could just go back to your parents' house. That'll be great. You've been in my house? How did you even get inside? After giving birth, I was able to come back home and the door won't even open for me. But of course, you've come in and started occupying it. How on earth did you manage to get inside anyways? It was too easy. Rick just broke a window and we jumped right inside. Isn't he amazing? My husband, I mean. How can breaking a window be that skillful? Just let me in right now. This is my house. And Craig's house too. He doesn't want you here. I'm sorry, but there's no way I'm opening that door for you. Because then you'll just try and kick us out. Plus, we've got nowhere else to go, so we plan to live here from now on. So this house is ours, fair and square. Fair and square? There's nothing fair about it. Stop saying such stupid things. I'm here because I'm returning to my home. What are you even doing while Craig's away working, huh? Well, you were both away, so we got really lucky with just taking it from you. I thought that my brother and his wife were kind and that they'd let me in even if I sat in their front yard for ages. So when we both got here with all our luggage and rang the doorbell, we noticed that neither of you were at home. So that means you were planning to give us this house, right? We were never going to give you anything because you just take whatever you want from people. Please, just get out of my house right now and you won't be blamed for any of this. Geez, Caitlin, there's really no need to get angry at us. Unlike us, I know my brother earns a lot of money. Wouldn't it be nice of him to build another house for you and your little friends to hang out in? So you can just give us this house. Are you kidding me right now? Do you seriously think we've got the funds to build another house just so you can keep this one? Besides, Rick and I really love this house. We don't want to leave. I heard that Craig built you both a splendid house, but we didn't think he went this far, It's so nice to have a rooftop and a basement. There's just so much space. It's great. Well, land's very limited in the heart of the city, so we made a lot of use of the space that we had and built up. I took a quick look around, actually, and the bar in the basement looks really cool. My brother's got surprisingly good taste. Please, Dana, just leave and there'll be no trouble. This house is really special to us and we worked really hard to build it. We were planning to start a new life here with our new baby. If you don't give the house back, I'm going to call Craig and tell him what's going on. I know that he's out of state for work right now, and I'm not scared of my big brother. Not one bit. There's no way that someone as serious as my brother would up and leave his job to deal with your problems. Even if he were to come back, the lock will be changed, so no one will ever be able to come inside, and we can occupy this place for however long we like. You can't just do that when it's my house. Why don't you just give up while you're ahead and run back home to your parents, okay? None of your things are in this house anyways. What are you talking about? Where's my stuff then? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't tell you. I didn't have enough money, so we sold all your things. The things we didn't need, we threw away. And the things we thought we could get a bit of money for, we sold. Are you kidding me, Dana? How could you possibly do that to us? Did you really just trespass into my property and sell my things without my permission? Besides, baby goods cost a lot of money. I'm sure you can get new things. I was shocked at how much that ultrasound photo sold for. You gave away my baby's ultrasound photos? Why would you do that when that's my baby in that photo? Why would you sell precious memories to some random person? Do you know how disgusting your behavior is right now? And you gave away the baby goods as well? What am I supposed to do now? Those were gifts from my parents and my friends. Oh, oops. I'm sorry about that. I just needed the money. You understand that, right? But you see, it's our house now, so we don't need any of that garbage. Just give it up now and go back to your parents' house, why don't you? We've sold your things, so there's nothing you need from here, This house now belongs to your dear sister-in-law and her husband. Thank you very much for that. I see. I guess I'm not going to get inside the house. I'll just leave now. Good. Don't even think about coming back here, all right? Tell my brother that you gave in and gave the house to Dana and Rick. I'm sure he'll accept his fate. Fine, I'll do as you wish. I'll never come back to this house again. Even if I do decide to come back later, you'll never know. Huh? Who says something like that? You're so strange. Don't say things that obviously don't make any sense to anyone. Now, disappear.
Hey, Caitlin, are you there? I heard your voicemail message just before. Please tell me what's happening down there isn't true. Did Dana and Rick really just break into our house and take it from us?
Unfortunately, it's true, Craig. I'm really sorry. Rick smashed one of our windows in and they climbed through it to get inside. They also sold all my things, including the ultrasound photos and things for the baby, and they threw some other stuff out as well. They told me to get off the property, and I just got to my parents' house after they kicked me out.
What the heck do they think they're playing at? I can't believe she's done this to us. I'm going to head back down now. I just can't leave you to deal with it.
Yeah, that's fair, but it's okay. You've been concentrating so hard on your work and doing super well. I've got an idea how to deal with this, so don't worry about things here. I've been concerned about Dana's mind for a long time. I think she's gone insane. I was trying to poke around for information as it's becoming such a problem for your family. I really can't believe that she's actually causing real harm to me and your family. If anything more were to have happened, I wouldn't have complained so much about it. Even the things that were sold, this has gone far enough. This is a good opportunity to get them back for what they've done to us. It's time to make everything fair and square again.
Okay, what do you intend to do about them if they won't leave the house?
I won't do anything specific, per se. I'm just going to make them wave the white flag and surrender without letting them know what I'm doing.
What? Caitlin, I don't understand. What are you going to do?
Don't worry about it for now. Just leave it all up to me. I better go deal with this mess. I'll talk to you later. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Get out of here. You need to come and help us. We're trapped in the basement. You need to help us, Caitlin. Oh no, that's not great. The mice have been caught then. It was quicker than I imagined it would be. What's that supposed to mean? I definitely thought once you knew about the bar downstairs, you'd want to go down and check it out. Craig's the only one with fingerprint authentication for the basement. He's the only one who can let anyone down there out if they get trapped. Are you kidding me? You've got this fingerprint authentication in this house? How did you even get that installed here? Craig wanted to have an entire room and gadgets like they do in some drama that he used to watch. I said it looked interesting, so we installed it. Now that I think about it, I was definitely getting excited on building a house for ourselves. That's crazy. How could you just install something like that? Now, how are we supposed to get out of here? There's a key to use just in case something like this happens, but only Craig and I have a copy of it. I know you guys are good at breaking windows, but there's not much point doing that when the room doesn't have any. This can't be happening. So there's absolutely no way out of here, so we've got no choice but to live the rest of our lives in a basement if we can't get out? Sounds about right to me. You can spend your lives down there. There's no way we can live down here. There's no sunlight or any way out of here. I don't want to be in here. You need to let us out immediately. You need to get over here right now and let us both out. We need your assistance to do that. Oh, really now? But didn't you say to never come back? Huh? What are you talking about? I never said that. I know you did. I've got the message to prove it. There's no way I can go there and help you. Craig will be back home in a half a year or so, until he comes back, you both can live underground. You're telling us that we have to live underground for up to half a year? But isn't that a good thing? You should be happy about that. I heard that you're in $50,000 worth of debt. I heard a rumor that you've been chased by debt collectors because of it. I don't think they'll follow you into the basement, so you'll both be safe down there. Don't say such ridiculous things to me. We would have collapsed before they caught up to us. There's nothing to eat down here. It literally just got built, Dana. I found out I was pregnant right after we finished building the house, so I've been busy doing other things. I was just about to buy alcohol, snacks, and other things for the basement, but I got locked out, remember? Okay, I get it. Please, just come over here and help us out, please. I'm scared of being in small places. I really don't like it. I'll go stir crazy if I stay here for a long time. Then why did you go down there then? Because a lot of people dream of having a basement to hang out in. Besides, the door was open when I entered the room. Then when I went inside with Rick, the door just closed on itself. No matter how much noise or twisting of the handle we do, we can't get out. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got to run. It's time to feed my baby, and I need both hands to do that. Bye. You're kidding me, right? Please just wait. Are you really not going to come over here and let us out? I need to prioritize my cute baby over you house stealers. If I feel like it, I might help and give you some light. What if you don't feel like it? Then I'm not going to help you. Duh. But you changed the locks on the front door. If that's the case, I can't get you out of the basement. You can't just leave us down here. It's imprisonment. I'm sorry, I've really got to go. You'll be fine. Just reflect on your actions for a while.
Hey, Caitlin, is it true that Dana and Rick are trapped in the basement of our house?
It seemed like they went down there without our permission, just as I expected. She just messaged me asking for me to help get them out. But I said that there's no way I can help them out.
Oh, so that was your plan this entire time, to trap them until they'll do what you say?
They're just like kids. They do the opposite of what they're supposed to do, and they went in there without our permission. I'm sorry for scaring you with my plans, but they invaded our house, and I feel like that's worse than what I did. I think it'll be a good time to reflect on what they've done.
It's okay, I think so too, but I don't want them doing anything to our basement though. Shall I come back tomorrow and help you out? We can go and confront them together.
Will your work be okay with that though? I think I can do this by myself, Craig.
What are you saying, Caitlin? You don't know what those two are capable of. What if they try to hurt you? When I told my parents about it, they were so upset. They want to go there and pick them up.
Okay. Shall we all go there and deal with them together?
My workload is slowed down, so I can take it easy for the next few days. I also want to see our new baby. I'm really excited to see you both.
Hello, Dana. I've decided to come and help you get out. Do you want me to open the basement door? How dare you do this to me? You're such a crappy person. Hurry up and open the door right now. We've been locked up since yesterday. If you don't help us, I'm going to go crazy. Oh, wow. I'm so scared. If you say anything more like that, I'll just go home again and not help you out. Don't be like that. Those were all lies. I swear. It's just a joke. Please, just come here and let us out. I've been really scared about being trapped down here and haven't slept since yesterday. Oh, is that right, Dana? Poor you. I suppose I better help you out then. Please, Caitlin, help me out. Okay, but when we open the door, Craig will be there to collect the money you owe your parents. Don't try to run away. What? My brother and father are coming? Did they tell you about the debt? Your brother brought them here. They came to take you to their house to discuss the debts. When we told them about our situation, and they said we'll go together to deal with it. You have got to be kidding me right now. I thought I escaped, but I didn't. Why did you sell me out to my parents? I can't believe they've gathered outside the door. There's no way I'm paying off my debts. I won't do it. Then you'll be stuck in a place with no food or fresh water. No matter what, you're going to suffer the wrath of your family. But you can't let them do this to me. It's not fair. No, it's fair. You'll be hearing from our lawyers about paying for all the stuff you sold and for breaking into our house. Caitlin, please, I'm your sister-in-law. You need to help me escape so I don't need to pay anything. Please help me out here. You're going to need all the luck in the world to escape us. Let us judge you for ourselves when you get out of my basement. When Dana and Rick were rescued from the basement, the debt collectors grabbed them by the collars and took them away somewhere. Apparently, the debt is closer to $100,000 than $50,000. Plus the $30,000 they owe to her parents. The debt collectors added it all up to be closer to $200,000 that they owe. Rumor has it that her husband lives and does odd jobs for the debt collector's office to pay off the debt. As for Dana, she's working at a shop to repay the debt. For some reason, the debt collectors thanked me for my work. I was able to get back a large amount of goods for the baby, such as a crib, stroller, and lots of branded clothes. I accepted the gifts, and they thanked me for my help in catching Dana and Rick.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, Let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Oh wow, this condo is just amazing. I had no idea you and my brother were living in such an incredible place. You never told me that you two had such a wonderful home. Oh, this is just too much. Hey Lisa, how's it going? Sorry, I'm a little confused as to what you're talking about. I am talking about this condo that you live in. It is just to die for. And the lobby? Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if famous people live here. All the rooms are so big, and this view is just spectacular. It's like I've died and gone to heaven. I have to say that I really am jealous that you get to live in a place like this. Wait just one second. Lisa, I'm still not quite following what you're saying. Are you trying to tell me that you're in my house right now? Yeah, of course. Why else would I be saying all of this? After all, we're going to be moving in from today, so we just stopped by to pick out our rooms now. But I just had no idea what to even expect. The furniture is just perfect, and the whole design motif is amazing. Oh, the couch is so comfy, and the bed in the master bedroom just eats you up. Wait a second, are you going into my bedroom now? Well, we're all family here, so I don't see the big deal. But man, I really do love beds like this. I might end up just falling asleep right now. Hold on there, are you lying in my bed right now? I really didn't expect our new place to be this perfect. I just don't even have the words for it right now. All the furniture looks like it was ripped straight from the pages of a catalog. I just feel like I could take a photo of anywhere in this place and it would be Insta-worthy. In fact, maybe I should make a new post. No, stop this right now, Lisa. You can't just break into people's homes and take pictures. So please do not post anything from my house on your social media, okay? Oh, come on. What's the big deal? Everything's going to be just fine. I mean, it isn't like you or my brother are famous or anything. Who is even going to know who this apartment belongs to if I just post one little photo? I understand why you might think that, but you never know who's watching what you post. Can you please respect my privacy since you are in my home right now? I don't want any of my personal life going online, and I certainly don't need a picture of my house uploaded either. Oh, well, I wish that you would have said something earlier, Nancy, because I just posted something right now. Are you kidding me, Lisa? Why would you do that? Well, I guess my finger slipped, but I'm already getting likes and comments on it, so it's way too late for me to delete it now. I can't believe that you would do that. Look, I get that you probably think you're so great for living in a place like this, but there's no need to be unreasonable. Like I said, you aren't a celebrity, so no one's going to care at all if I post a picture from this place. And besides, I took such a pretty picture. Honestly, you're just wasting a place like this by not putting it online for others to see. I am not living in this condo building so that I can brag about it to others. Well, don't worry, because I will be sure to take lots of pictures while I live here. After all, you were away on an emergency business trip, right? So I'll have fun and house sit here until you get back. Hey, Nathan, are you there? Just what the heck is going on here? Why in the world is Lisa at our new house saying she's going to stay there? I never heard of any of this before now. Did you invite her to our place without telling me?
I don't really see what the big deal is. Besides, Lisa wouldn't quit bugging me about wanting to see where we live since we moved in here. And I guess she really liked what she saw, but I don't understand why you're so upset. You're not even there to begin with.
What do you mean you don't get why I'm upset? I'm upset because we bought that place for you and I to live in. Not only that, but I still haven't even gotten to stay there since I had to leave on this trip before we would move in. So I don't really understand why you're just letting other people stay there without even telling me about this.
But that's exactly why I'm saying that I don't understand the anger. I mean, who cares who gets to step foot in the house first? Don't you think that's a bit of an immature thing to get hung up on?
I think that I am well within my rights to be mad about this. Did you know that your sister even went into our bedroom? She was telling me about how comfy our bed was since she was lying down in it. I don't want to have to think of her doing that. And on top of that, she started posting pictures from the condo, even though I asked her not to. She completely ignored me.
And that's all you're getting mad about? Who cares if she gave herself a tour of the place? And it's only some photos. Have you seen her social media presence? Every photo she posts always gets lots of likes and comments. It's a good thing.
Okay, then how about we try flipping this? How do you think she would like it if I just barged into her house while she was away? Or what if someone came into your house while you weren't home and was messaging you about being in your bedroom? What if you spent all this money on a nice bed and before you ever get used to it, your dad has called it for himself? Are you really saying you wouldn't care?
Sure, I guess that would probably annoy anyone.
And what about the photos? I specifically asked her not to post anything, and she ignored me and did it anyways. What if our relatives or neighbors get a hold of those photos, huh? Do you want all of them to always be commenting about how great our house must be to us all the time?
Okay. I think I see your point. I don't need the whole world making assumptions about how we live. You're right. I wouldn't like that at all.
Well, that's what Lisa's doing right now. She's making me feel uncomfortable in the way that it would make you feel uncomfortable. So, do you understand why I'm so upset now?
Yes, I do. I'm really sorry for not listening to you better before. I'll go and talk to Lisa and ask her to take down the post with their photo of our place.
Well, I'm just glad that we were finally able to understand each other. I do not want to have this conversation again, okay? And until I get back from my business trip, I don't want Lisa coming into our house anymore.
You mean you don't want her to step foot in our house until you're back? Well, I'm sorry, but that's just not going to work.
What are you talking about? Why wouldn't that work? What's the matter with that?
Well, Lisa did tell you that she was going to be moving in, right? I told her that she could stay for the 2 months while you were gone. Or rather, she asked if it would be okay if she could, and I said yes.
Are you kidding me right now?
The thing is that Lisa was getting kicked out of her apartment building by her boyfriend. I guess that they got in some big fight or something, so please, can't we just let her live there for 2 months?
Absolutely not. That is not okay with me at all. I understand the circumstances, but I'm sorry, the answer is no. I really feel like you went behind my back and betrayed me by telling Lisa this was okay.
I know, and I'm really sorry, but I already told Lisa that it was okay, so I don't think there's anything we can do now.
I still just can't believe it. How could you give your sister permission to do this without consulting me first?
It's only 2 months. I promise you that things are going to be just fine. I'll be sure to talk to her about the no posting rule, but for now, you just need to worry about your work, okay?
Lisa, I just wanted to confirm that you heard from your brother that I am getting back from my business trip today, right? So please make sure that you leave my condo as clean as when you moved in there. And if you moved anything, please replace it. Do you understand? Wait, what? Are you really going to be coming back today? I guess I totally forgot. I haven't done anything at all to prepare to move. So I think I'll actually just make myself at home here for a little bit longer. Thank you very much. Oh, give me a break, Lisa. You are not going to be staying in my condo for another moment. I've already let you crash there for 2 months now. You've had plenty of time to get your affairs in order. So I hope that you've saved up enough money to be able to move into a new place now because you are going to be gone by the end of the day. I'm sorry, but I don't see myself moving from this condo anytime soon, so... I mean, why in the world would I ever give up living in an amazing place like this? I have loved living here, and I've been here for so long that I feel as if the space is mine now. And since I'm basically the de facto owner of this condo now, I think that I'm just going to keep it for myself. You are not the de facto owner of anything, Lisa. I pay the rent on that place. I pay for the utilities. Nathan has told me that you never offered to pay for anything at all the whole time you've been there. Well, that's because my brother said that I didn't have to pay for anything if I didn't want to. Besides, you both only get to live here because of how much money Nathan makes. And because he's so nice to me, I'm able to live here without paying for anything. It really is like a dream come true. It just goes to show how much more love he has for his little sister than his old cow of a wife. Excuse me? Did you seriously just send that message to me? Look, the fact of the matter is that you have plenty of space here and the three of us can easily all live here. So I think you should just accept that I'm going to stay here. I am telling you that that is not going to happen. Don't you understand? Nathan and I are renting this place so that he and I can live together. If we wanted a roommate, we would have chosen a house that had a roommate. But the whole time we were looking for a place to live, we were only thinking of living with each other, and that's what's going to happen. Well, what would happen if everything you liked about this apartment suddenly were to change? What is that supposed to mean? How would it change? Well, what if today I were just to throw out all of your things and dump all of your appliances outside? Then there would be plenty of room for all my things. And then you won't have to worry about living here with Nathan anymore. Isn't that great? The house will be perfect for Nathan and I to live in instead. I really just don't even understand where you are getting these ideas of yours from, Lisa. Well, I don't care if you don't understand because I'm going to throw your things out anyways. The appliances, tablets, electronics, and anything else that belongs to you. Of course, I'll keep whatever I want to out of those first, and you can count on that. You really are just taking this way too far. Do you know that, Lisa? Of course I am. How else was I supposed to get through to such a stubborn old woman like you? Let me make this crystal clear. This condo is mine now. I am going to live here with my brother, and there is no room for you here at all. So I hope you can have someone else who can go pick you up at the airport and have another place to stay. You won't be coming back here. And you're really sure that this is how you want to do things? Of course! With you out of this picture, this condo really is going to be living in a dream. And I'll be there with Nathan, who will pay for everything. It's so nice having such a wonderful big brother with so much money. Why bother finding a boyfriend when I have a brother? Okay, fine. If you two want to have your weird little living scheme, then fine. But I just don't know how someone with no job like you and someone who only brings in about $500 a month through their part-time job like your brother are going to be able to afford that place. After all, the monthly rent is about $6,000. Wait, what? What do you mean my brother only makes $500 a month? I mean that now I have to go and find a different place to live. And one more thing, can you do me a favor and tell your brother about all of this? And also tell him that I want a divorce. Now, you hold on just a minute there. What do you mean by all this? I'm so confused. What is going on? What do you think is going on, Lisa? I'm going to divorce my husband Nathan, as in your brother. But this doesn't make any sense, and you still didn't explain what you meant about him making so little money. I know that my brother works for a big company and makes a ton. He's been working so hard ever since he graduated college, so I know that he must have a good salary by now. I'm afraid that I already make several times more than what your brother makes. But as for Nathan, he just up and quit his job that he got after college one day and hasn't worked full-time since. Wait, what? What do you mean? I mean that you do know I actually work for a large company, right? And I actually make quite a bit of money. And you really make that much more money than my brother does? Of course, Nathan was also supportive of me earning more than him. He never appeared to have any anger or resentment about it. Even when he had his office job and I was earning more, he seemed to be okay with it, but then one day he just quit. Actually, he told me that he still hadn't given up on his dream to start a band, if you really want to know. My brother quit his job so that he could go and start a band? Of course, you remember that he used to play guitar a bit when he was in high school and then in college. He was even in a tiny little band for a while. In fact, I think some of those guys have actually gone on to bigger and better things, musically speaking. But I guess that Nathan still feels as though that's a dream that he should pursue. I don't even know what to say to this. I mean, I remember that he used to talk about his band a lot back in the day, but I didn't think that he would quit a salaried job to go and do something like this. Yes, well, I suppose you could say that he is a very driven man. I don't think many would have the guts to do what he did. Or rather, it might have taken guts if Nathan didn't already know that he could just rely on me for financial support. Although I did really want to support him in his dream, at least at first. So then, he asked you if it was okay to quit his job and you said yes? No, he didn't ask. He just quit and basically left me in a spot where I could only agree to give him the help he wanted. But then, does that mean that the person paying for the condo and utilities and everything this whole time has been you? That's exactly right. My name is on the lease, and I don't think Nathan has contributed a single penny to any of this, not even for furniture. He said that he needed to save up as much money as he could for his band. But because of that, he really hasn't even given me a penny to help for anything. So anyways, this is why I'm just cutting my losses and giving you both the condo, if you can find a way to pay for it, that is.
Please don't divorce me, Nancy. How am I supposed to live without you?
You mean my money? It's too late to try and fix this. I'm going to send the divorce papers to your parents because I assume you'll be living with them once you're kicked out of the condo.
But you were supposed to help me achieve my dream, remember? How could you do this to me after you promised that you'd help?
That's what I want to be asking you. You cornered me into a place where I basically had to help you. But despite all my help, you had the nerve to bring another woman into our condo while I was away.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the girl in your band. A friend of mine saw you walking around hand in hand with another woman and sent me a picture. I remembered that it was the girl from your band, and I hired a private investigator to look into what was going on, and they gave me all the evidence I need to prove you're cheating.
But then, you're really just going to leave me like this? I don't even have a job, and now I'm going to lose my home. What am I supposed to do?
I don't know why you're crying to me, but you aren't my problem anymore. Don't worry, though. I'm sure that your sister is in a similar boat now. Maybe the two of you could figure something out. Just leave me out of it. After that, I ended up needing to hire a lawyer because Nathan was dragging his feet through the divorce process. In the end, all the necessary paperwork was finally signed and filed. I made sure to sue Nathan and his band member for their affair as well. Afterwards, both Nathan and Lisa had no choice but to beg their parents to let them live at their house again. They convinced their parents that I had arranged for their downfall, and so they blamed me for everything. Their parents agreed to let their kids move back in, but quickly learned that neither of them had any plans of getting a real job and moving out anytime soon. I can only wonder how long that setup is going to last. I heard from a friend that they saw Nathan playing inside of a subway station one evening. He looked quite dirty and was asking for money with a cardboard sign. I can only wonder at how things fell apart between Nathan and his parents after they moved in. Either way, it does not sound like Nathan is having a very successful music career. As for me, I took the money that I got from the lawsuit and used it to move into a new condo where I knew I would be the only one living there. It is going to take some time to adjust to the single life, but controlling the environment around me is a good first step.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
You've got a lot of nerve sending me an invitation to your wedding. Do you know that? Honestly, what even is this supposed to be, Daisy?
Oh, Minnie, don't be so mean to me. I'm just your little sister inviting you to my wedding. Are you really going to tell me that's such a bad thing to do?
Of course it's a bad thing to do when the man you're going to marry is my boyfriend who you stole from me. But you know what you did. Just why do you think I'd ever want to help you and Donald celebrate? I still can't even believe that the two of you are actually getting married.
Well, if I can be honest with you, I'm pretty surprised about it myself. We weren't even serious when I started seeing him. But I guess that Donald just couldn't get enough of me, and before I knew it, he was on his knee proposing to me. And it was a really, really beautiful and expensive-looking ring, so how could I say no?
Well, I'm glad that the two of you are happy, but I'm not going to be going to your wedding, so consider this me officially telling you that I won't be there.
Yeah, that's totally fine with me. To be honest, I didn't even think that you were going to show up to something like this anyways. But you're family, and so I figured that I had to at least send you an invitation as a formality.
Great, well thanks for understanding, I guess. If anyone else asks why I won't be there, just make up some excuse like I have to work or something, got it?
That's a great idea. You did always get more of the brains between us, and I'm glad you see there's no point in letting the family know the truth about us.
Oh, trust me, I don't want nothing more than to let everyone know the kind of snake that you are. But I don't see what good it would do. It wouldn't fix the damage that you caused. Just know that I'm not keeping quiet for your sake.
Yeah, whatever you say. Anyways, thanks for the excuse idea. Hey there, Miss Opal. I'm really sorry to be reaching out to you on your day off, but is now a good time to talk?
Oh, hello, Laura. I'm going to see you tomorrow, aren't I? What is it that you need to talk to me about?
Well, it's actually not about the lessons. I had a more private question that I kind of wanted to ask you. I actually just wanted to ask if you had a little sister.
Well, I do actually have a younger sister, yes. But what makes you ask about her?
I knew it. I'm just curious, though. Is her name Daisy? Because if it is, Then is your little sister going to be getting married soon?
Hold on a second. How did you know that she was going to be getting married?
Well, actually, you remember the last time you came over for the lesson, we talked about my son, right? I told you about how he had been dating the same woman for a few years and was wondering if he was going to marry her. Well, it turns out that his girlfriend is your sister.
Wait a second, so you're telling me that your son is going to be marrying my little sister?
That's right. I actually just got the official announcement from my son the other day. Of course, I had met his girlfriend before, and I had always thought that she bore a striking resemblance to you. But then when I started to ask my son about it, and he told me what his girlfriend's last name was, it all finally clicked for me. That's how I figured out the two of you are sisters.
I see. So then I guess that would mean that your son is Donald then.
That's right. Oh, I really am just so proud of that boy. He's turned into such a fine man, and now he's going to be getting married. But I had no idea that he'd be marrying your sister. Sometimes the world really is just a small place, isn't it?
Yeah, you can say that again. I mean, I have to say I'm quite surprised to hear all of this.
I know, right? Who knew that our families would end up getting closer like this? It really is pretty crazy. Anyways, now I'm even more excited for my son's wedding. But I was wondering, since it's your sister's wedding and all, are you going to give a performance there? I really would love it if you could.
You want me to play on my cello for Daisy and Donald's wedding?
Well, you're just the best player I know, and I can already see how perfect it would be for those two to walk down the aisle while you play beautifully. Not to mention the fact that it would just make the whole day that much more special for the happy couple, don't you think? Of course, I would never ask you to do this for free. We'd pay you, but I wanted to ask you about this first.
I see. Laura, I'm really sorry about this, but I already told my sister that I wouldn't be attending her wedding, so I won't be able to perform there either. I'm really sorry about this.
Hold on. You mean that you're not going to be there for your own sister's wedding? But this is a huge deal. How could you not be there? Is everything okay? I feel just awful now that I know you aren't going to be there.
Oh no, I'm fine. Thank you for asking, and please don't feel bad. It really is just family drama.
Oh, but you can't miss your sister's wedding because of something that happened in the past. Besides, there are going to be so many other people who know you there. And my family is going to be there too, so please, won't you reconsider? It would be amazing to see you there.
Well, I think I'll maybe have to think about it, but it probably won't happen.
Well, what if you just bring your boyfriend to the wedding too? Maybe you could use this wedding to try and convince your boyfriend to have one with you too. I think Donald said he wouldn't have any issues if people brought +1s to the wedding.
Laura, I really do appreciate the consideration, but I think that I'm just going to have to turn you down. Besides, my boyfriend is already going to be at the wedding.
Wait, what? What do you mean your boyfriend is going to be at the wedding? Is your boyfriend one of Donald's friends or something like that?
Not quite. My boyfriend is Donald, you see.
Wait a second, what do you mean that your boyfriend is Donald? That doesn't make any sense. What are you going on about?
Or was my boyfriend, I should say. I really am sorry to have to tell you like this, but the fact is that the boy I was dating was Donald. We broke up, and it was all because he proposed to my sister Daisy instead.
You mean that you were dating my son and I had no idea about it? How did that happen? I thought you were with your boyfriend for 3 years.
Yes, we were together for 3 years, but it was during that time he started having an affair with my sister, and in the end they ended up getting together and we broke up, and now they're getting married.
You mean to tell me that your sister and my son had an affair behind your back, and that then my son broke up with you to be with your sister? But this is the first that I'm hearing of any of this. How could Donald do that to someone?
You know, we have a lesson scheduled for tomorrow. If you'd like, you could come a bit earlier and maybe we could talk about this. I really would like to be able to give you all the details, as I'm sure you're feeling really confused right now.
Yes, please, if that's all right with you. I think we should do that. Maybe I could come a couple of hours before the lesson was supposed to start.
Of course, that'd be no problem at all. I'll think of all that I want to say and prepare some tea.
Wait a second, what's this? I thought you said you weren't going to be at my wedding, and yet here you are. Am I dreaming? Do my eyes deceive me? I certainly didn't think I'd be seeing you today.
Oh, don't worry, I'm not here to cause any trouble. I just had to watch this unfold with my own eyes.
really don't get you sometimes, sis. You go on and on about how you don't want to be at my wedding, and yet you change your mind at the last minute and show up anyways.
Well, a lot has happened since I first texted you that I wasn't going.
Yeah, apparently. But I don't really care what you have going on. Does this mean that you've forgiven Donald and I then? Or is this just your way of trying to tell him that you still have feelings for him? Because I only want you here if you're ready to help us celebrate our wedding. Except too bad for you, you already said that you weren't going to come, and so we didn't arrange to have a space ready for you. So if you want to stay here, you'll just have no choice but to stand in the corner of the room and watch from there.
Excuse me? You mean you really can't even bring down one spare chair for me?
I said what I said. If you're going to be here, though, I hope you brought us some cash as a wedding present. I wasn't expecting anything from you, but you should have had the good sense to bring something.
Oh, give me a break, Daisy. Did you really think that I came here to give you and Donald money? I'm never going to forgive either of you for what you did to me, and I'm not here to celebrate with you.
Well, then what are you doing here if not to give us money or forgive us? Do you not think I was being serious? Is that why you're here? Or did you come to try and ruin the wedding? Because that just isn't going to work, so you can stop wasting your time now. You are never ever going to get Donald back, so you should just accept that right now.
You think I want Donald back? I never ever want to be with him again. Do you understand me?
You say that, and yet here you are at our wedding refusing to say what you're doing here. I know you're mad because I stole Donald and he went to a good school and works a really nice job and makes $1 million salary, but you have to let those feelings go.
For the last time, I am not still in love with Donald. Do you understand?
Well, then tell me what you think you're doing here at our wedding right now. Because I am sick of you lying about not liking him when you're clearly here to try and steal him back. And don't get mad at me for not having a place for you when you're the one showing up after saying you wouldn't be here. If you're not here to give us money, then why don't you just turn around, go home, and accept that you've lost to me?
Actually, if you must know, I was invited by Donald's parents.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
I mean that I don't care if you don't have a seat for me on your side. I was invited here, and when I've done what I've come to do, I'll leave.
Wait just a second. What do you mean Donald's parents invited you? I don't understand. Why in the world are you even talking to Donald's parents? How do you even know who they are?
Oh, don't worry. You'll find out all of that soon. But I've got to go and get ready now, so I'll be seeing you.
What the heck was that? Why in the world were you up there on stage playing the cello with Donald's mom? Why were you there when Donald's mom is more than capable of playing beautifully without you there? I don't remember asking you to perform at my wedding.
Well, Laura wanted to perform with me since she'd been practicing so hard for so long.
That didn't answer any of my questions. I wanted to know why it was that you and my mother-in-law were doing a duet at my wedding. And why in the world did she even invite you to my wedding in the first place?
I really don't know what you want me to say. I try and attend all of my students' recitals, and if they want to perform with me, that's fine. But I've known Laura for 5 years now because she's been taking cello lessons from me.
You mean to tell me that my new mother-in-law has been your cello student for more than 5 years now?
That's right, and I was playing at your wedding at her invitation. She said she thought it would be great if we could both play. But she told me that she was too nervous to play by herself in front of everyone else, so she asked if I wouldn't mind duetting with her. Like I said, I'm more than happy to do that for my students.
So then, that's why you were invited to the wedding by his parents? Because you teach Laura how to play the cello?
Yeah, I mean, I think there were quite a few surprised faces when they figured out that I was teaching Laura how to play. And even after I went home when we were done, I got a bunch of texts asking why I left the wedding early.
But then, I just need to be sure about this. You didn't say anything to Laura, did you?
Say anything to her? Just what might you be talking about there? You mean like how you stole her son from me while we were dating? Or that you two were having an affair during the 3 months Donald and I were together? Or the fact that you hid that you were my sister from her all that time?
Yes, all of that! All of it! You didn't actually tell her any of that, did you?
I'm sorry, but I think it's now fair to say that Laura knows all about it.
You're kidding me. Why would you do this to her? Why would you tell her about all this?
Well, we actually had no idea just how close we were to each other. I mean, I had no idea she was Donald's mother, and she had no idea I'd been dating her son. But the secret kind of come out when she found out that you and I were related, and I felt like I had to explain it all to her.
But you said that you weren't going to tell. Even Mom and Dad don't know the truth, right? So then why did you have to go and tell Laura everything?
I'm sorry, but it's not easy keeping a secret like that to me. I mean, for years I had to pretend like my sister didn't steal my boyfriend from me. But I just couldn't lie to Laura when she asked why I wouldn't be going to the wedding and insisted that I be there with my boyfriend.
But why did you have to tell her? Why couldn't you have told her after the wedding? What am I going to do now?
You can't actually think that I'd ever lie to one of my students, right? Besides, I've known Laura for a long, long time. I can't stand lying to her.
I mean, this is seriously bad. I mean, I could be in a lot of trouble. And here I thought Laura was starting to like me. But if she knows what I did in order to start dating her son, then... hold on a second. Just how long has Laura known the truth for?
Well, I'd say maybe about 2 months or so at this point.
But then why hasn't she said a thing about it to me? Do you think she could be plotting something against me? Or was her performance her way of telling me that she doesn't care at all about my past? I don't get it. Does she like me, or doesn't she?
Yeah, I really wouldn't know. I'm curious though, do you know the name of the piece that she and I played today? It's called The Day of Rage.
Rage? The song is called Day of Rage?
That's right, it was actually Laura who picked out the arrangement. She said it would be a good way to express how we were feeling about the wedding.
But then, wouldn't that mean that she's actually mad at me about this? Doesn't that mean that Laura's just furious about what I've done then?
You mean you really couldn't tell from the music? Anyways, it sounds to me like you and your new in-laws have a lot to talk about. Good luck with that.
Miss Opal, I just wanted to thank you so much for yesterday. I was nervous, but we really did it.
I thought you were just wonderful. You've really come so far and it shows in every pull of the bow you made.
That makes me so happy to hear. Thank you so much for that.
Of course, and I just want to wish you all the best in your future cello endeavors.
What do you mean? Are you quitting teaching?
Well, no, but I just figured after all that my sister had put you through, keeping me as your teacher would be awkward.
Of course not. You think I'm going to let my son's stupid mistakes or your sister come between me and the best cello teacher I've ever had?
Oh, I see. Well, yes, in that case, I'd love to continue our cello lessons.
In fact, several family members and friends came up to me saying they might like to start the cello as well. So I'd be happy to introduce some of them to you if you'd like. As for my son, I've decided to cut him out of my life. At this point, I want nothing more than to forget all about him.
You're cutting your son out of your life? Is that a good idea?
Of course, he was lying to me about who he really was this whole time. And he hurt someone I care about, you. But anyways, I really don't want to talk about the subject anymore, so if it's okay with you, I'd like to carry on as usual with our weekly lessons. Is that okay?
Yes, of course, I completely understand. I'll see you next week. After that, I got calls from Daisy complaining that our family and Donald's were cutting them both off entirely. Apparently the rumor mill did its magic at the wedding, and soon all the guests knew the truth between Daisy and Donald. In the end, the two of them decided to pack up their things and start a new life elsewhere. But since he had to quit his job to do so, Donald had to restart his career, with a much lower salary. As the stress built up, I heard that he ended up having other affairs where he was spending all of his money on other girls. I have no idea what Daisy is going to do about any of this, with no other means to provide for herself, but that's a mess for her to get out of. As for me, Laura introduced me to some of her family and friends, and my number of students more than doubled. I was actually able to quit my job and start teaching cello full-time, a dream of mine that I've had for a long, long time. I'm even going to try and rent studio space now that I have the means. Obviously, I wish that things could have gone differently between Donald, Daisy, and I, but what happened is already years in the past, and it's pointless to think about changing now. But in some ways, I guess I have to be grateful for the two of them. After all, if Daisy hadn't stolen Donald from me, then I might not be getting to do what I always wanted to do with my life. Life is funny like that sometimes, I guess.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Liam, are you still at work? You are way late now for the plans that we had.
What? You and I made plans for today?
You're kidding me. You forgot about what we're going to do? Today's your daughter's birthday, right? That's why we made plans for the three of us to go out to eat and celebrate it.
What? That's what you're going on about? I never forgot about my own daughter's birthday.
Well, Lonnie is still out with her friends and hasn't come home yet. So if you start coming home now, we'll still have time to get her and go. Hurry up and please get here so that we can go surprise her. We'd planned for this to be a huge surprise for her.
And I made sure to get off work in time to surprise Lonnie with something. And that's why I've taken Lonnie out with me to somewhere special for her birthday. She's a special guest for today, so right now she's stuffing her face with only the finest cakes and food that I can get her.
What? What do you mean you took her to somewhere fancy? Wait, are you both eating dinner together?
I'm here with Lonnie as well as my girlfriend having dinner for Lonnie's birthday. I wanted to make the both of them happy, so I made sure to reserve us spots on a dinner cruise down the river. Lonnie is so happy now after getting to come on this boat with my girlfriend and I as she eats some of the most delicious and fancy foods ever.
Wait a second. I never heard anything about you making plans for a dinner cruise. And what do you mean by your girlfriend? Who are you both with right now?
Well, like I was saying, with my girlfriend. With my cute and loving girlfriend as we both celebrate my little daughter's birthday today.
What did you say? Your girlfriend? Have you been cheating on me? And you brought that woman with you to your daughter's birthday dinner? What the hell were you thinking, Liam?
This is what Lonnie asked for. She told me that she wanted to spend her birthday with my girlfriend and I. She said she didn't want to go out with you anywhere.
What?
Oh, and there's one other thing. My present to Lonnie this year. She asked me to divorce you as a present for her birthday. So I got our divorce papers all ready and filled out for us. When I get home tonight, I'd like you to sign your parts and then we can go hand them in.
Excuse me? Lonnie really asked for something like that for her birthday? She asked for her own parents to get a divorce.
She told me she didn't want to live in a household with a parasite that gets in our way anymore. If you're hated that much by your own daughter, you failed at being a mother.
A parasite? What about me has been parasitic?
Everything about you, Jenna. When you chose to be a housewife, you chose to be a parasite that would latch onto your money-making husband.
What?
Yet even though he was taking such good care of you and everything, you always went around acting like this respectable mother figure to both myself and Lonnie. That was so annoying. We both had no other choice.
Huh? Excuse me?
Lonnie is much more into my girlfriend now thanks to your horrible character. She even told me that she'd rather have a mother who was working for a large company like my girlfriend than you. Actually, the girlfriend is an office lady working for a very large company and praised as one of the best employees there. Her and I are making the same. No, wait. And she's probably making way more than me now.
You're telling me that your girlfriend is someone as amazing as that?
When thinking about Lonnie's future, my best option is to end things with you and marry my girlfriend. I want for Lonnie to become as amazing of an adult as myself. Therefore, in order to make that happen, I can't be having a mess like you around her anymore.
You're calling me a mess now? I became a housewife because you asked me to, Liam. You told me that you wanted me to start using all of my time to take care of Lonnie and the house while you worked. I had to give up the job that I loved while crying. For you.
Is that what happened? Well, either way, Lonnie is older now and in middle school, which means she no longer needs a mother in the house all the time working as a housewife. Jenna, you are no use to us anymore.
What the hell did you say?
Now, while we're still out of the house, get to work packing all your things up. When we're back, you'll sign these papers for me and then get out of my house.
Understood. Now I finally see why you and Lonnie have always been treating me like garbage. And frankly, I'm over it. So if Lonnie is now asking for us to divorce, then fine, I'll divorce you. Which means this is goodbye forever, Liam. I hope the three of you have a fun dinner on that cruise. Hey, this is amazing, Mom. I never thought that you would become the CEO of that popular brand, Pravda. No matter what store I go to, there's your name on all the products. What? Is this Lonnie? What kind of reaction is that? Don't tell me you forgot about your one and only daughter. Well, it's been 5 years since we last saw one another, and since then you haven't said anything to me. Yet now, for some reason, you want to talk again? Well, I want to talk now because you're the owner of a very popular brand. I was shocked when I realized that was your name on all that clothing, and that's why I wanted to text you. I'm not joking when I say that I was taken over with surprise when I saw just what a woman like you could actually do. Does this mean you went and read all about me as well online then? I seriously did not think you would succeed as much as you have after leaving us. Actually, you didn't leave us because it was Dad that tossed you out for my birthday. So I assumed you would never be able to recover from that. Thinking that you were just this brainless housewife the whole time, you really outdid yourself owning a brand like Pravda. Huh? Hey! Since we've started talking again, let's take the chance to go out to dinner together. I want to hear all about what's been going on with you, Mom. I want you to tell me how you came into owning such a popular brand. And when you come out to eat with me, can you bring me some of your newly designed clothing? I want to try on all the new things you've made. I have no reason to go out with you for dinner, Lonnie. You can stop calling me your mom as well now. Huh? What's up with you now? Can't you see that your lovely daughter is finally getting back in touch with you now? This is the first time we've talked in 5 years, so don't start with me using that cold attitude. And what exactly makes you my lovely daughter? You were the one that asked for your own mother to be kicked out of the family on your birthday. I heard some rumors about you all, by the way. Your dad got married to that woman, right? If the three of you are having a fun time now, living as a brand new family of 3, then there's no need for you to be talking to me anymore. So that's what you're mad about. You're jealous because Dad found someone else far better than you to make a family with. But you don't have to get upset over it. The woman and Dad already got a divorce. What? Is that right? That woman, the moment she got married to Dad, her whole identity pretty much changed. Before, she was this really cool woman who loved her job and everything, but the moment she got married to Dad, she started to go on about how she wanted to stay at home, and she went on this tangent about how she'd wanted to be a housewife ever since she was a little girl. And that's the reason for the divorce? That's right. Dad is a nice man, so of course he was going to give her the chance of being a housewife. And that's when him and I both learned that she not only sucked at doing the chores, but her cooking tasted like plastic. Then anytime we'd warn her to get things under control, she'd flip. She told me that a child who does nothing but sit around and get spoiled has no right to talk back about how the cooking tastes and the chores are done. That's why Dad and her got divorced before even a year went by. That was a quick marriage then. Your dad made it pretty clear to me that he loved her and the both of you chose her over me. And now we are both very regretful about saying that to you, because we made the wrong choice and picked her. Our family is all screwed up. So now we're both having to live life like we don't have any money, because Dad needs to save a bunch more. What? But your dad should be more than capable of taking care of himself and you on his income, right? He actually makes some decent money, if I'm remembering that correctly. Actually, Dad chose not to take all those promotions he'd been offered before. He talked about how that woman he was with made more than him, so there was no reason for him to put in any effort at work. So now he's just working as a simple man, making a simple salary from the company. But the only problem is, because he gave up almost all of his responsibilities from before, he's only making around half of what he once was. I see. So that's why you're talking with me now about my work and all. You ended up the owner of that brand because you wanted us coming back to you, right? Well, everything went right as you planned. Huh? The reason that you went and took over that brand is because you wanted Dad and I back in your life, right? You had always been made fun of for being a parasitic housewife all those years and got kicked out of the family for it. But now that you're making more than Dad, you can come right back to our family, no problem. I know what you've been wanting, Mom, and that's why I'm here. What are you going on about? I never once thought about wanting either of you guys back after I divorced your dad. I became the CEO of this company for myself, and I want to live in a world now where I don't ever have to remember you guys again.
I can see you're not opening up to me yet. But I suppose that's what happens after not talking to one another for 5 years. I'm sure you're just blushing after hearing me say you can come back into the family again, right? Also, Dad and I are planning to come move into your house soon.
Move into my house? You guys think that you can just come move into my house?
Well, as a family, we should all be living together, right? I had a look at an article written about you, and in it, you said you're living in a high-rise apartment, right?
No way.
But I'm not wanting to change schools just to move all the way downtown. And Dad doesn't want to have to increase his commuting time any by moving out to you. So you know what? Let's find a new house closer to us. How about we all go out for dinner soon and talk this out? Anyway, for right now, I'll have $500.
$500? Wait a sec. Why are you talking about money now?
Well, we may be a family again, but we're not legally a family yet, right? So, as a way of being a very kind family-like stranger to you, we'll be coming out to have dinner with you and talk about a brand new house for all of us. So, if Dad and I are willing to start treating you like family again, you should be fine with giving me a small bit of money, right?
Huh?
You own a brand now, so you have to be making a good amount of money, right? So when we go out to have dinner together, make sure you bring your newest fashion for me to try on and $500. You'll finally be getting to spend time with your family again, so that's a very reasonable price to be asking for, right?
I have a husband and child now, so no thanks.
What?
I'm not paying to go out and have dinner with two strangers. I already have a family now, and I love them very much. So much, in fact, that having dinner with them every night is more than enough to make me happy.
Wait just a second. What do you mean you have a husband and child? You got married without us knowing about it?
I got married last year, around this time. And before we got married, I became pregnant with my then boyfriend's child, so we decided to tie the knot. I ended up giving birth to our baby not too long after we got married, and now the three of us are living together as a happy little family.
Huh? What the hell? I have no idea what you're talking about. Why would you even get married without asking us first? You've had us the whole time, right?
You thought I'd still want to stick around you both after you guys kicked me out? I was left with nothing but my own life after you guys got rid of me. So why should I have had to ask you guys for permission for anything? You and your dad are strangers to me, so I had nothing to do with you both.
We are not strangers to you. Even if you got divorced, you are still our family.
What's that?
I have your blood in me, Mom, and I'm your daughter. I'm your one and only daughter. So what the hell do you think you're doing having a child with someone else?
I am not your family, Lonnie. I am only family to two people, and that's my husband and my baby boy. Now you stop calling me your mom, or else you'll be embarrassing us both.
What?
The moment I was divorced, I started to work for Pravda, as they were a company and brand that I really loved. And actually, they were the same company your dad forced me to quit from after having you. I had a dream of continuing a career in this company, but your dad cut it short and I had to put it on hold for you both. But years later, you guys betrayed me and kicked me out of the life you forced me to have. So now I'm back where I started, only this time I'm putting in the effort to show you guys what you lost. And right now, my husband is helping me make sure my dream is fulfilled, all while letting you and your dad know I've always meant business. Also, now I have a son with this man, and I love both of them with every inch of my body.
What the hell? I just started to get back in touch with you. Don't start talking like your life is all amazing now just because you have the money now. Especially when you were nothing more than a brainless housewife. I'm sure that brand is going to fall off soon enough and you'll lose everything.
I heard everything from Lonnie. Are you freaking kidding me? You married another man? Why would you not come back to a man like me?
Huh? And who the hell do you think you are talking to me like that? Why would I ever want to go back to some crappy man who's cheated on me?
I'm no longer seeing her anymore. So you can forget about whatever happened back then and come to me. I want you to marry me right now. And if you don't want that, then at the very least give us your home.
Huh?
Because I went and divorced you, you were able to become the owner of that brand, right? In other words, because of me that you succeeded. Since that's the case, you can give me that house right now.
Are you really thinking something like that, Liam? That is so ridiculous that I'm not sure I can talk to you anymore.
Shut your mouth. I'm getting Lonnie, and we're coming there right now. You either give us that place right now, or you clear out a room for us to stay in there.
Sure, if you think you can manage here. Actually, go get that brat and come see what happens when you come here. But just know that after my husband's had his way with you, the police will be here to clean up the mess.
Excuse me?
I'm sure you think you're all tough now, but when my 6'10" husband is towering over you with his favorite baseball bat, don't start screaming like a bitch. And that's if you can make your way past the security of this building. That will be your first hurdle. Don't make it too obvious that you're trying to break in, because the police HQ is right across the street from here. If one of them sees you trying to force your way inside, they might come and arrest you right then and there.
You're living over by the police HQ? That part of town is insanely expensive.
I wanted to make sure that I rubbed it in your face that my life is a lot better than yours now without you in it. I made sure to work my ass off using my anger towards you and made loads of money because of it. And thanks to all of that, I now have a life that most women would only dream of having. When it comes to my husband, he's an amazing father. He's also 9 years younger than you and is built like a machine.
You're lying, right? You married someone 9 years younger than me?
He may be younger than you, but he's actually got his crap together and acts like he's far more mature, too. Now, you take care of that brat for me, please. I'm nothing to her. Not her mother, not her caretaker.
Please, Mom. Please find some way to forgive Dad for what he did. Tell the police to let him out of jail, to come take care of me.
There's nothing I can say to the police about him. I gave him a warning, yet he didn't bother to understand it, instead coming here to try and break into this apartment building. The only people that can tell the police to release him would be the company which owns this building. And unless that happens, you won't be seeing your dad for some time.
No way.
I never thought he would be so upset by the fact that my husband is 9 years younger than himself. He made it sound like he was going to kick my husband's ass and take me back. He even started saying he was more attractive than my husband and had more money. Not sure I'd say that when your dad gained another 70 pounds after divorcing me. When I looked down at him from the balcony to see him dragged away by the police, his belly was hanging out and scraping against the pavement.
That's not his fault. Neither him or I know how to cook. So once he divorced that other woman, he and I have been eating a bunch of takeout.
So you both have just been gorging yourself on fast food then. You're in high school and should be more fit than anyone else, right?
I know that. I'm still only in high school, which means if Dad doesn't get released from jail and come back home to me, what am I going to do? How am I supposed to pay for myself and college after I graduate? I'm supposed to be going to college next year.
I don't care what happens there, Lonnie. How about you start working a part-time job? You're in high school now, which means you can take on some shifts after school, right?
What? Why are you being so cold to me? Shouldn't you be helping your daughter when she's in this kind of trouble?
You're not my daughter, though, which means I don't feel anything when hearing about what self-inflicted trouble you're in.
You can't say something like that, Mom. Hey, I'll apologize for everything that happened in the past, and I'll apologize to you for what I was saying the other day. So please, can you at least take me into your home now? I want to live together with you, Mom.
So this time you're tossing your dad out. All you seem to care about is helping yourself and nobody else.
I have no other choice right now. If Dad can't come back home to me, then I won't be able to support myself. I totally understand that you hate my guts right now, Mom. I know that I've done so many bad things to you before, and I'm sorry about that. But I am still the daughter that you carried for 9 months and gave birth to, right? Which means there is no way your heart will allow you to abandon me, right?
I'll tell you this one last time. You are not my daughter. The only child I have right now is a cute little boy.
No way, Mom! You're not going to help me then?
Remember that I'm a brainless housewife? And that means I'm no good at helping other people because I can't even help myself. Don't you think the same thing?
No, that was just...
Have a good one, Lonnie. I'm sure for a little bit things will be lonely and hopeless, but all you have to do is wait for your dad to get out of jail. The only person you have left is your dad, so you have no other choice, really. A few weeks after having been placed in jail by the police and awaiting a trial with the owners of the apartment building, Liam was allowed to go back home for a bit. However, he was told he had court dates he had to be back for, and that he was not allowed within 1,000 feet of the apartment building he tried to break into. A few weeks after that happened, the judge decided that Liam would be forced to pay over $50,000 to the apartment building owners for damages to the front lobby and threatening the desk lady. When he finally paid that settlement off and was allowed to go back home without having to worry anymore about the police or court dates, he was able to go back to work. But by that point, the company already decided to lay him off, and so he was left with no job at all and a daughter he still needs to care for. Right now, he's trying his hardest to find a new job, all while working third shift at a gas station close to his house. When it comes to Lonnie, who is in need of money to start paying for college next year, she's been going right to work after she gets out of her high school classes and works until 12 a.m. She's also working on her weekends from morning until night, all in order to save as much money as she physically can. She's asked over and over again for her other family members and friends to help her with some money, but not one of them gives in, instead telling her this is what she deserves. When things come to myself, I've been doing well both with work and at home, living the kind of life I'd always been dreaming of. I also have a loving family surrounding and supporting me, so I've been making sure to give it my all as well, to keep us all happy.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.